Welcome to A Wealth of Useless Knowledge, where we dive into some fun and entertaining topics. You're sure to learn something new here, and maybe even have a laugh or two. Now let's get into today's video. Modern architecture has evolved to allow for open floor plans, giving builders and homeowners alike a wide variety of options for creating their dream home. But where did the open floor concept come from? And how has it become such a coveted home feature in our modern society? Let's take a look back at the history of home layouts and the origin of the open floor plan. Home is where the heart is, and no matter whether it's a single-family home, an apartment, or a condo, open floor plans have been dominating the building industry in recent decades. Before the concept of an open floor plan came to be, we had walls that divided each and every single space in the home, from the kitchen to the living room, dining room, and more. Back in the 17th and 18th century, kitchens were considered more of a utilitarian space, meant to cook and prep meals, and didn't leave room for much else. It was commonplace for hosts to prepare meals away from guests and only emerge once the meal was ready to serve. Guests were often not permitted in the kitchen workspaces due to the more formal style of entertaining that existed during the time. However, due to a shift in society near the end of the 19th century and post-war era, kitchens began to be seen as more of a social space. One of the reasons older homes had more closed floor plans was not just due to the more formal entertaining style that was prevalent at the time, but also due to a lack of advanced heating technology. In many older homes, central heating and cooling was not yet developed, and having more walls allowed for homes to be cooled at a faster pace with the use of ceiling fans and window air conditioning units in the summer, as well as adequately warmed by the addition of fireplaces and hot oil lamps in the winter. Once we entered into a post-war industrial society with more growing families than ever, and a more relaxed and casual way of living began to take hold, the need for a rethinking of how homes were structured began to take place. It was an architectural renaissance, so to speak. With this shift came a need for more multi-purpose spaces for families to share. Kitchens became more than just a utility space and began to lend way to being a more social space to enjoy food and conversation. Dining rooms were no longer just for eating anymore, but also became a multi-use area for members of the family to hang out and socialize, kids to do homework after school, or a place to just relax and read the morning paper in solitude. Living rooms no longer required separation either, as they also served a similar purpose of being a place for everyone to socialize. Modern open floor plans are designed in such a way that hosts can now interact with guests in the living space, and it enables them to keep an eye on the heart of the home while entertaining and allowing for a better connection among others in the household. And with the development and wider availability of central heating and cooling, houses were able to be temperature controlled more efficiently, making the need for so many walls less of a necessity and more of a stylistic preference among builders and home buyers alike. A few architects played around with the idea of a more open space in homes, but a major pioneer of the early open floor concept was Frank Lloyd Wright. He was an American architect who was born in Richland Center, Wisconsin on June 8, 1867. According to FrankLloydWright.org, at age 18 he began working for the dean of the University of Wisconsin's Department of Engineering as he studied. He knew architecture was what he wanted to pursue and began working for the well-renowned Adler & Sullivan architectural firm back in 1887 for 6 years, where he would gain experience in the field before branching out to design and build his first custom home, the Frank Lloyd Wright Home and Studio, at the young age of 22. He continued to design even more unique structures throughout the country for the next several decades. According to Incollect.com, during the course of his 70-year-long career, he conceptualized more than 1,000 homes, offices, schools, and other structures across the U.S. and abroad, and saw more than half of them through to completion. He is most known for his work on the Frederick C. Roby House in Chicago, Illinois, the Martin House Complex in Buffalo, New York, the Gordon House in Silverton, Oregon, the Falling Water in Mill Run, Pennsylvania, and the John and Catherine Christian House in West Lafayette, Indiana, just to name a few. He even designed a home for his son and daughter-in-law called the David and Gladys Wright House in Mesa, Arizona in 1950, just 9 years before his passing in 1959. His development of the open floor plan concept, however, lives on today as a feature coveted by many homeowners and real estate lovers alike, as it's a popular selling point for many consumers. The modern open floor plan provides better traffic flow for movement throughout the home, a large cohesive area, and when combined with the appropriate placement of windows, allows for the adequate distribution of natural light to be dispersed across the living space. Although open floor plans have been hailed as the modern style of home building, the desire for closed floor plans has not been completely tossed to the wayside. In fact, some still favor it for the privacy it provides, the faster, more cost-efficient heating and cooling of individual rooms, as well as less ambient noise due to more enclosed spaces. Whatever the building preference, it's hard to deny that open floor plans are here to stay. Architectural design is truly an art form, and seeing the evolution of floor plans of decades past up until now is quite fascinating. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you like the open floor plan concept? Or do you prefer to have more walls for compartmentalized spaces? Let me know. Also, comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see a video done on next. If you found this video educational or entertaining, it would be
really delightful
if you would like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more content. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep learning.